Hello stars, my name is Blue and today we are lost in Hiveswap friendsim. Last time we were here we went with this lovely lad over here who still gives me the creeps, and today we are going with Mr. Pilot, Vikare. Vikare. Vikare? Oh, it's like Vikare, isn't it? Vikare? I don't... Help! We're just gonna call him Vic. It's probably for the best for you to stop trying to predict what's going to happen to you at this point. Everything that's happened so far on this planet has been kind of chaotic. In fact, you're ready for something more familiar. You head back to the site of your abandoned spaceship. Sure, it's smashed beyond repair, but it's a little slice of home. Maybe at least 1 or 2 pieces of it are fixable. You march off in what you think is the right direction. But when you get there, you're not alone. A little guy in a hat and big goggles is standing there, gazing at your spaceship, maybe assessing it? As you watch, he breaks off a couple of gears and stuffs them into his pocket. Hey! You clear your throat loudly. I don't know what voice to give him. Oh my god. Good galloping gravy. Why, I've never seen the legs of you before. Is this Irish music? Is he Irish? I don't know what's going on. What strange wonders the heavens have rained down upon us today. You quickly lose any indication of what you were building up. He's smiling at you, and his words seem at least somewhat admissible. I froze. My brain stopped working. Maybe got this all wrong. Maybe this is the next person you're going to get chummy with. You have enough friends, MC. You cut right to the chase. No point in beating around the ground leaf covering. What? That's probably what they call it on this planet. What? Beating around the bush? Beating around the bush. You let this guy know that you are the proprietor of the spaceship. He's stripping, and you're in mighty need of a new friend. A friend, eh? A bosom companion, a pal about town. I've seen nary a Tom and Dickens or Harry around these parts who might fit the bill. You're kind of trying to imply that this guy could be your friend. Is it too late to say that now? You try to imply it with your eyebrows. As for me, day-to-day matters here on Altea interest me not. For I care only about the hurtling great speeds through the boundless expanse. Of the cosmos, yes, space, take me with you. That's right, space! It has space flight that consumes my ever-waking thought and of my ardor. I don't know that word. As in accordance with my duty as a future Altean crusader, of course. No oxygen, no wind, a total vacuum. That is the life of me right now. I wish you guys could see my elaborate gestures. Flying in space, above the atmosphere, not with the realm of gravity's purview. Wouldn't have it any other way. Right. You get the feeling you're missing something. This guy seems really defensive about his interest in spaceflight. Like, maybe he's trying to say something totally different? Whatever it is, his internal conflict clearly takes precedence over your issue. He seems like a great candidate for a friend, despite the fact that his voice sounds like it belongs over a news about more is. I don't think I was that far. I'm not sure. I've never heard one of those before. I really hope that my voice isn't overpowering the desktop audio, because what I see here, it is. I don't know how to balance this properly. I have just one query for you, sport, if I may be so bold. Do you also like spaceflight? I'm an alien! On your planet! That's my rock rocket ship! How do you think I got here, Vic? How do you think I got here? Do you yearn to see the moon shining above, the clouds whipping by you as you chase and tease the impish western wind? And then also keep going past that up into space. That is my spaceship, friend! Tell him you love spaceflight. Well then, we are in total agreement. Two kindred souls traveling hand in hand into the glorious yet inevitable future of conscripted service in space. Which is, as I've already made it clear, a thing I most definitely desire. So it seems we have nothing more to discuss. Toodaloo. 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 What? But if we're in agreement of something, shouldn't we like gush to each other? Me too, MC. Let's do this again. That was the quickest thing ever. Yeah, whatever. Skips. Skip. Tell him you're not so sure about spaceflight. His eyes widen. You see them sparkle? His eyes are already sparkling. Ah, I see. You're an individual with more sophisticated flight, I think. A real connoisseur of the buoyant arts you are. Someone like you could never be satisfied with the anemic affair of traveling through the inky blackness of the galaxies. I believe a jot in my hive is in order. Let's get a wiggle on. Oh my god, I'm gonna say that from now on! It's no longer let's go, guys. It's let's get a wiggle on. Love it! There's a lot going on there, but you understand that he wants you to follow him. Ooh, you have a cool hive, man. The friendly guide takes you to a building where all of the rooms seem to be balanced on spindly looking stilts. The hive soars above you into the sky. He gestures to a little platform attached to the pulley system, like a rudimentary elevator. It brings you up into a small dark room. Oh my god. He's my favorite. Forget everything I've ever said. He's my favorite. Do you see this? This is so cool. Oh my god. This house is pretty much what you would have guessed. The walls are covered in star maps and pictures of spaceships. Yes! You notice that many of them have cheery slogans splashed across them, saying things like, "Explore the galaxies because you're required to fulfill your duty to society," and "Enlist, travel, make friends, don't get cold." Your new friend doesn't seem too happy as he looks around the place. Just a hive for a dedicated space enthusiast, isn't it? How odd that I'm playing Hiveswap friendsim, obviously, and my friend just texted me a Homestuck theory. Lenny, if you're watching this, I love you. Your timing is impeccable. Okay, I'll read that later. You nod. You're not sure what this is leading to, but no one ever went wrong relying on non-specific and plausibly deniable argument. Who am I fooling? You've rumbled me, potential new chum. What you see before you is a collage of falsehoods. I am nothing but an aviator of baloney. In truth, the myriad temptations and desires of space do nothing but to tickle my biscuit. The thought of participating in glorious internal conquest gives me the screaming memes. My interest lies in something a little lower down. He reaches up and peels back one of the posters. Behind it is another poster. This one showing a view of clouds in the night sky. Behold my shame. The truth is, I long to toss and turn within the grasp of Mistress Gravity's sweet fingers. To traverse the sky, can such a thing be? Well, yeah. Imagine flying within the confines of Alternia's very atmosphere. Okay, I didn't say Voltron. Defying the very conventions of what we all know to be true. We do that all the time on Earth, Vic. Come to Earth with me. And you will see the magic. Instead of down, up, instead of falling, soaring. Can you imagine? Can you see it before you? Could you ever dream of the existence of such a flying machine? Let's humor him. But the future of ours is blind, my strange-hued and unhorned comrade. What do you think? Does it excite you? Do my ideas rattle your buttons? You can't help but notice he's referring to you as chum and comrade, but friend hasn't made an appearance yet. Do synonyms count? Or is it just a tick of his speaking style? You look as earnest as you can and nod vigorously. You're almost positive that this is the thing he really wants you to express interest in. Aha! The truth will out. You and I share this fartive passion for the indulgence of the air. A dialogue between a troll, a flying machine, and the stars. But further away from the stars than we would be in this spaceship. I cannot stress enough how different of a thing this is. You can't decide between nodding and shaking your head here, so you furrow your brow and do your best to look thoughtful. Like, maybe you are contemplating the differences, even though we know the fucking differences. This fellow's demeanor towards you is definitely shading into more tempered climate zones. However, certain physical needs are starting to assert themselves. You're still pretty banged up from your previous adventures, but right now, the aching of your stomach is screaming for attention. You humbly ask your friend to be if there might be any chance of getting a bite to eat. But of course! Why, if I had known you had been rumbling in the old digestive bladder, I would have shut my appertute sweet. How did I read that without messing up? Is it the voice I've given him? Is that the only reason I could read? Time for a good old nosh. Oh, Ramarooney. Wow! I love him. Now, how shall we obtain the victuals? Food. We could venture into the great unknown, which is to say out of my hive, or we could stay here, beholden whatever twists and turns Lady Fate has in store with us in the nutrition walk. What say you, new timer? Why are there so many choices? Just kinda... Yep. Stay in the hive. You tell him any food he has in the house will be fine. Surely staying here will get you fed more quickly. No problem at all, my fine and fervent fellow. However, I believe two kindred souls such as ourselves have more ways of communicating than mere words alone. I think I'm grasping the meaning behind your request. The signal from your transmitter is pinging my cranial orb's receiver. I can see what you're truly after is food for the soul. No, man, I'm hungry. You definitely meant food for the body. You look for an opening where you might gently correct your new buddy, but he seems to be working himself up to say a lot more things. The delectable nutrition of what a troll's truest being craves! I messed up. The sustenance of thought, of imagination, of desire. That which nourishes the self better at the finest grub noodles. Better than the finest grub noodles. Is that pasta? I just had pasta. I want more pasta. Arts, passion, science. All things that I love. You must have a hankering to see my flying machine design sketches. Despite your troubles, you can't help but think his enthusiasm is kind of sweet. You nod weakly. You make one last attempt, indicating that food might strengthen you to fully appreciate his work. Need no worry. I am fully confident in your ability to take in my glorious blueprints. You have shown yourself to be a quite sturdy noggin and a disconcerting gander bulb. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I would welcome your input. A warm blooms in your stomach. It feels nice to hear him compliment you. You're not sure what you've actually done to earn his praise, but you definitely don't want to ruin this now. Maybe seeing his designs will be fun. Even on an empty stomach. Maybe it will really... Hi, Vincent. Maybe it will really nourish you at a level that will appreciate you. That will... Where did I get appreciate? Maybe it will nourish you on a level that will help you forget about the prosaic earthly nourishment you thought you wanted. You tell him you're in. Not so fast. That which I'm planning to reveal to you is what I kept closest to my torso pillar. You mean your heart? It's not that I don't trust you, my footloose horn-free cohort. But I think I would like to trust you a little more before visiting myself. And display my bleeding organ before your penetrating gaze, Clays. Which is a metaphor for exposing my portfolio. Yeah, obviously, I got that. Of all things, you explain this. Might I trouble you to participate in a small trust trial? No problem, you tell him. Your bud insists to make yourself comfortable while he go gets a few supplies. After a few minutes, he returns with a fistful of fabrics in different colors. Here's what's been bouncing around the old brain box of mine, buddy-o. I'm going to tie this blindfold around your face. Then I'm going to give you some instructions. And you are going to try to locate the case and where I keep my treasured sketches. Oh, no. If you can find it, it's gotta mean we trust each other deeply. Like, two wings working in unison to achieve liftoff. If that's how wings work. I'm still figuring out the principles of the matter. For your birthday, I'm giving you an aviation book, Vic. What a romp! Are you up for it? It's too late to turn back now, and really, you don't want to. It's kind of a relief to have him tell you what you can do to earn his friendship in plain terms. Well, as plain as this guy's terms ever get. You give him a thumbs up. Now we're on the trolley. Oh, everything's dark. He quickly ties the fabric around your face. The time is upon us. Time for the inaugural flight of... What is it? Flight of our deepening bond. Time to nudge our fledgling companionship out of the nest and see what happens. Your new friend starts to direct you around the room. To the left? No, my left. Okay, sorry, I mean your left. And now onwards to the glorious future that lies beyond us. You smile weakly, doing your best to follow his instructions. He sounds happy, so you must be getting somewhere. Almost to the doorway. 3 steps forward if you would be so. Wait! Crash. You stagger backwards from the impact. You hear yourself wheeze. The shock has totally knocked out of your lungs out of commission. Your chest jerks in tiny contractions as you gasp for air. Oh, beans. Ding, dang, darn it. Ding, ding, diggity, ding, ding. If you know where that's from, brownie points. There's no pain, just an intense pressure forced into the center of your face, right around where you ran into something face first. You pull out the blindfold and you hear footsteps, which probably means your new friend is rushing over to help. He gets the blindfold untied, his face swims into your vision. He looks utterly gobsmacked. Well, I'll be a horned beast grub food. Everything help. Pectiac? New pal? Oops. You put your hand over your face and touch something, but sure enough, you pull your fingers, they're covered in blood. Your nose isn't gushing or anything, just sending out a couple of rivets to let you know it's having a bad day. It's not so bad. You tell your acquaintances, he doesn't look any less horrified. Shivering shadow cumuli. All this time I've been testing you, to see if you could place the tender gift of trust in your declawed hands. And here you're bestowed upon me the greatest gift, the greatest trust of all. Knowledge of your non-standard hematological attributes. I am truly honored, flabbergasted, absolutely pushed to the brink of rationality by such a display of faith. Never mind the trust trial. You deserve to see my sketches. Just wait here. I don't want to get blood on them, man. And maybe, yeah, it's a mutation for you guys, but it's normal for us. Our blood is red, okay? Leave us alone. Be back in 2 shades of a baby's Bobby's quarters. What? What? A sheep? In a sheep's butt? 2 quarters of a sheep's butt? You sit down on the floor again, wiping the blood off your face. You're not going to question the stroke of luck you've been shown. Which, why, if you know bleeding was the key to his affections all along, you could have encouraged some blood just from the sight of your multiple injuries. Mood. Is this where he keeps his sketches? I bet it's here. But no matter. You sniff the last of blood back up your nostrils, tasting metal at the back of your throat. When your almost friend returns, he drops a big stack of papers in your lap. You page through the designs. The first few are rudimentary, mostly variations of a spaceship, with little notes like, how do make it not reach escape velocity, and less jet fuel, shape could be less aerodynamic. But as you keep going, the designs get pretty interesting. One seems to rely on some big rotating sails to achieve lift. Another shows a light frame body attached to 4 jointed wings. You briefly wonder if he plans to make the wings of before you see a little note stating that these are dragon wings, and follow up by scribbled status. Flapping mechanisms, how to soften rigor mortis. Oh, they're actual dragon wings. Honey, no. But hang on, you take a closer look at the machine's frame. This guy's sketch is pretty detailed. The frame doesn't seem to be made of wood or aluminum as you expected, but smaller individual shapes lashed together in with some sort of cord. Maybe it's just macabre aesthetic, but you think it looks like bones? You look back at the other designs. Now that you look at it, the cells on this one might have a texture that might be leather or similar. Sketches themselves are picked out from a variety of colors, not dissimilar from some of the brand new blood colors that you've recently discovered. Oh boy, you've been down this creepy alien road before. Using your lightest, most jocular tone, you question the bone shapes. You soften your words with a big, not freaked out smile. What's that? Well, I'm not a construction professional, you know. I'm not a construction professional, you know. Gotta make use of what's available. The only cold love bloods and grubs, of course. Not an ounce of instructional spirit in this fellow over here. Fear not, unhorned one. These wacky cultural differences. You just misunderstood. You take refuge in your old standby of nodding and smiling. It's none of your business what body parts this fellow uses or doesn't use to make his Wright brothers transformation fan works. Friends aren't for judging people's uses of corpses and as construction material anyway. You know. When you crash landed on my planet, I had no idea what to think. Vic, oh boy, you really shot the balls now. That's what I told myself. Telling an alien about your flying dreams? That's ruffled. That's ruffled the kitty, and no doubt about it. But now that we're here, and you're having a looky-loo at my sketches, I think it might have been right for us to meet all along. Perhaps the work of the Caperia's Madame Destiny? Surely he's about to say that you're friends. You can almost taste the sweet friendship-affirming syllables coming from his mouth. You're just seconds away from coveting F word. Or are you? Maybe you've misconstructed everything. You look back down at the sketches. Bones at this one, bones in that one. He says these plans call for the bones of aliens like him. At least, if you understood him correctly. But they don't really look that different from, well, the bones you're more familiar with. Your own bones. Your bones, which have already gone through a lot today. And maybe in some kind of harvestable condition, if one was so inclined. You clear your throat. Haha, you say. He's not in the market for these materials right now. Is he, like, right now? The friendly guy doesn't understand your question. You're not gonna push it, but you do risk a quick glance at yourself, then back at him, then back at yourself, just to see if he's checking out the stuff, so to speak. When you look back at him, he looks aghast. Oops. Heavens to biscuits. Is that what you think of me? You think I'm the type to start taking people's body parts all higgledy-piggledy? Oh, I haven't heard that in so long. As if there weren't plenty of thoughtless Discord rib cages to work with. If that's the type of gent you're looking for in these parts, I'm afraid I'm not that aggressive heartthrob you're after. We can't all be the macho, bloodthirsty, romantic hero type, ready to whip out our organ harvest tools at a moment's notice. I thought we could be friends, but now I see you're looking for something different. My apologies. I think it's best if you go elsewhere. You want to correct a misunderstanding, but you're not fully sure what the misunderstanding is. This guy doesn't seem to be in any mood for friendship right now. You hang your head. Looks like this is all just a big waste of time. Misunderstood. Oh. But come back to me! Come back! No! Oh no! I really wish this display caster would tell me how long I've been recording. Oh, it does, okay. Oh. Oh no! My heart! I'm gonna be friends with him, even if I have to write an alternative ending myself. We will be friends! I might write it in the description, to be completely honest with you. Oh, okay, stars, that's it for today. I will see you for our next adventure. And remember, we're all made of the same cosmic dust, so be nice. Kate, love you, bye!